Yo, what's good everybody? Apple Dokkan here, back with another Dokkan battle video, and today we're gonna be doing something very nice. We already have ranked the top 10 units in Dokkan battle. Let me fix my camera real quick. The top 10 units in Dokkan battle, and now we're gonna do something crazy, something no one has ever done before. We're gonna go and we're gonna rank the top 5 hardest bosses in Dokkan battle. I don't think it's gonna be too much of a controversial video. I really enjoy doing these videos though. I really enjoy ranking, just talking about Dokkan battle is very cool stuff. If you enjoyed as well, make sure to go down there, leave a like and subscribe. You already know how it goes, and let's just get right into this right here. So I do have the list ready, 1 to 5, and we are going to go with the first wave of characters. Let me just I'm gonna make my camera a little smaller here, just so you guys can actually see what's going on, because there's a lot of stuff going on screen. We do start out, this is a Dragon Ball Z edition, battle hardened foes right here. This is a pretty hard stage, I'm gonna say. I mean, this is the 5th hardest stage in the game for me, right? One of the main reasons why is this Vegeta right here. The thing with this stage is, like, the other phases really aren't the craziest thing ever. Like, you've got a lot of insanely hard-hitting super attacks. Like, you've got full power Frieza hitting you for 3.6 million. Kid Buu at the end of this fight, he is getting extra attack with every single attack that he receives. 7% up to 140%. So that means that he can hit you for over 9 million on his super attack. But these fights, the thing with these fights is a lot of battle hardened foes fights are very low HP, alright? 150 million, like, this is not too crazy, right? Like, not the craziest ever HP. 140 million for Cell, 120 million on both Frieza phases, and then this Vegeta is only on 100 million. But the thing with this Vegeta is, the thing that really makes this guy, like, pretty annoying to go up against, very annoying, that his super attack causes supreme damage to all enemies. So you immediately enter the fight. Immediately. This is the first stage of this fight, because this is like different stages. You finish up Vegeta, and then you go into the Nimbus Cloud, and then you go to Frieza, right? You immediately start out turn 1 getting hit by 2.5 million damage on a super attack, which is kinda like pretty hard to deal with. Very RNG heavy. Like, you will have to pray to God that your rotations are pretty good and that your dodge units dodge, because if they don't dodge, then you're just dead, because this guy usually does love to super attack immediately slot 1. That's how he does before you even attack. So you just get into the stage and you immediately die. It is pretty hard to deal with him. You just have to be lucky, basically, or you just build a full slot 1 team, I guess. Like, you could do something like that, but that's like a very specific team that you're gonna build just for this guy, and that itself, I think, does make him a pretty goddamn hard boss to deal with, right? The other stages, though, they're not really too crazy. I mean, the moment you don't get AoE'd anymore, you go to this fight right here. He is raising his attack by 50%, which means that he's gonna hit you for, like, what, 3.5 million here on the super attack? That's not too crazy. 100 million HP as well is not really too scary, right? The thing with this Vegeta, though, you can stun him. You can stun a lot of these stages, like a lot of the first phases from these, right? And then you go to, like, Buhan, who you cannot stun anymore, but you are gonna be able to seal him, right? But the only real other very like scary boss here, I would say, is this Frieza, if you don't kill him within 3 turns, because on 3 turns this guy gets an extra attack 50%, right? So his super attack is gonna hit you for, like, what, 4.3 million, right? I think is the super attack is gonna hit you for. But I don't think it's, like, too crazy, because 120 million HP, you can just go through that with, like, what, 7 super attacks, 5 super attacks. The units now deal way too much damage for these bosses, alright? So the only reason these guys are here, Vegeta, AoE, insane, very RNG heavy. So we are going to have my boy Vegeta right there on the 5th spot, and let's just immediately go to the other stage right here, which is going to be another battle hardened foes stage, Dragon Ball Super Edition right here. Just like the Vegeta fight, this is like a fight that kind of just gets easier the more you go through it, right? The only real, like, you see this Zamasu, the stats you can see are kind of like pretty the same with the other stage. Like, you've got a lot of very near 4 million damage super attacks, although you do have some extra stuff here that Fusion Zamasu can do, and you have like more phases on Fusion Zamasu, but they've kind of like balanced that out by only giving you 3 stages to go up against. It's only Hit, Goku Black, and Fusion Zamasu, right? This Zamasu here is very annoying because he is lowering your attack and defense just for free, right? Like, just dead ass for free. Immediately you enter this fight, your defense is lowered by 20%, which is just very annoying. It's a very annoying thing to deal with, because I think that actually makes your stacks stack for less as well if you're being debuffed. It does kind of suck. The thing with this Zamasu though is he's not really like too strong. He is hitting you for 2.8 million, but he is lowering defense. Like, that's the main thing that makes this Zamasu so annoying. He lowers your defense on super, and he lowers your defense the moment you enter the stage. That is very annoying to go up against. It can be kind of hard if your units have like start of turn defense and they don't have like stackable defense. You get hit by a super attack from this guy, it's gonna hit pretty hard, right? Because it's almost 3 million with 50% defense lower. That's a lot. But then again, the fact that he doesn't have too much HP, you can just very easily get through this stage, and you can stun him as well, right? Like, being able to stun him, that's just, yeah, you can stun a lot of these battle hardened foes fights, but they can still find ways of being very annoying for you. I'm kind of focusing on it like this because I think the hardest phase of this whole stage is this hit right here. The moment you get to this hit, you cannot stun him, you cannot, I mean, that's a seal icon, you cannot seal him, you cannot stun him, and he's guaranteed critting on every attack. Every single attack that this guy does is a guaranteed crit. I'm pretty sure he has like the most HP out of every single other phase here, right? Yeah, he has, this guy's is on 120 million, Goku Black is on 100 million, and they've got Hit on 150 million, guaranteed critting, stunning you on the super attack as well. I don't know why Hit, I mean, I know why Hit is the first one here, is chronological order, right? But Hit is actually insane. Like, this guy's an actually insane boss to go up against. Your guard units are not guarding if you don't have like over 80% damage reduction. A 3 million damage super attack with a crit is gonna one-shot you. You're cooked, because it negates guard, and I'm pretty sure, I think crit for bosses kinda negates defense as well. It's weird. It doesn't really work exactly like the crit for us, but it does do a lot of damage. Like, I've seen AGL Vegeta, like the Gogeta unit. I've seen him take damage from normal against this stage because his guard gets negated because of the crit, right? But the thing is, like, his cooldown is not too crazy, only a 10 cooldown on both of his phases. Like, that's not too bad. Like, you can go on this Goku Black is like a 7 cooldown, which is kind of insane. This Goku Black as well, I mean, the physical one, I did get my beast got hit for like 150k on normals against this guy, but I'm pretty sure that was without defensive equips and 55%, and I had attacked him so many times he had already like gotten like half of this up, right? I'm pretty sure that's how it worked. He was doing some insane damage, but the thing is, this Goku Black 100 million HP, he's never gonna really be too much of a problem for you. The thing is, this Goku Black right here, he can be annoying because he's getting up to 20% extra damage reduction, which is going to get him to 80% damage reduction. It's gonna be kind of hard for you to actually damage this guy right after you hit him a couple of times. You can kind of build up your units here, like maybe a physical Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, and then just active skill him and just absolutely destroy him with that Gohan, right? But yeah, the most annoying part of this fight, honestly, is just the hit. That's the reason why this fight is 4th right here, other than the fact that it is above a Dragon Ball Z edition, because there's more stats, there's more stuff going on, like you're getting attack lowered, you're getting defense lowered. This Zamasu right here is hitting you for like, I don't even know how much, but like 4.5 million, I think. 4.7 million or something like that, and he gets attack with each attack that he receives, so he's hitting you for very, very much. Pretty hard fight, I would say, especially because of that hit. I didn't find the icon for that hit, but I do have this hit right here, which I guess I don't think it's gonna be too much of a problem, but y'all get it. Y'all get that's the hit that we are talking about, right? So let's just keep going on the top 3 now. I mean, this is where like the variety of bosses kind of plummets, and you're gonna see why. Alright, let's just go. Dragon Ball Super Edition Part 2, another battle-hardened foes fight. Yeah, these are pretty hard. The main thing with battle hardened foes fights is that you're immediately going into a boss who's hitting you for like 3 million. Like you can see this Kefla right here is hitting us for 3 million. The other Kefla is hitting you for 3 million and defense lowering. And then the other Kefla is raising attack by 50%, hitting you for 3.3 million. With the attack raise, that's gonna be like almost 4 million, more than 4 million actually. Almost 4 million. So you immediately go into these. Turn 1, you're getting hit by 3 million. Not much counterplay to these, other than running 90% damage reduction slot 1 units. There's nothing really else. This Kefla as well gets extra attack and defense on the second turn, extra attack and defense on the fourth turn. I haven't really seen the second one too much though, because 90 million HP, not the craziest thing ever. You can get through that pretty easily with the characters that we have right now. And it's kind of like the same thing with the other Keflas as well. 90 million HP on both of them is not really the craziest thing ever. The thing is though, Kefla does have 63% damage reduction. I think she has some extra damage reduction as well, which they don't show right here. If you hit her 10 times, you are going to get rid of that damage reduction. I kind of like how they've made these bosses, like they've given them their own passives and everything at this point. Like this physical Kefla has a 7% chance of just dodging your attack, which usually it feels like a 50% chance. They always dodge your attacks, and that can get so annoying sometimes. Extra defense on the boss I don't really care about too much. We have a lot of units that can just crit now and just absolutely destroy these bosses. And then this Kefla, attack and defense 50% on the third turn from the character's entry turn. Not too crazy. I don't think you're gonna see this too much. It does have the extra damage reduction, but you are still doing so much damage and only 90 million HP. You're not really gonna see this too much, but if you do, let's just see how hard her super attack hits. So you're gonna be on 1.2 million. You reach this right here, which is 50% of 1.2 million, which is 600k, and you're gonna be on 3.96 on the damage. And when she supers, that's gonna be like what, 4.56 I think. Yeah, you're gonna be on 4.5 million damage taken from this Kefla on her third turn. Yeah, kind of crazy stuff. And there's 3 more. There's 3 more to this. The main thing I really want to talk about the Ribrianne right here is the fact that she basically starts out at the damage that this Kefla is doing. Sure, I guess, well, why not? She does get extra attack and defense with every single turn that passes. And the thing is, very interesting thing here, if you have a tournament participants on the team, they get extra damage reduction. They already have 55%, they get some more if you're running like Universe Survival Saga, basically. I don't think they've ever done that with any boss, which is not like an easy A or something like that. Yeah, that is a very interesting ability to give to a boss right there. 100 million HP though, not the craziest ever. She can be annoying, like if you get immediately super attacked, it's gonna be pretty annoying, but the super has a 15 cooldown, which is just, it's not the worst thing ever. Then you've got Ribrianne right here, giant form, 200 million HP, which I'm pretty sure is the highest HP pool on this stage right here. 200 million, 4.5 million on yeah, 4.5 million on the super attack, and that's not the only thing. On her second turn, which is very easy to reach because she has 200 million HP, she's getting 100% attack. So her super is hitting you for 6 million, and her normals are hitting you for 3 million. Because you get like a full 1.5 million on this because it's a 100% buff. And then you get a full 1.5 million on this as well. Sure? I don't know, man. I have no idea. I don't know. You can stun her, you can seal her. It's gonna be like kinda easy to set up giant forms, I guess. But if you don't have giant forms, then this Ribrianne is gonna absolutely demolish you. She's gonna absolutely destroy you. And then you go to Topo, which I think Topo's first phase right here, I think Topo might be like the weakest one of them. I don't know if I would call him weaker than Kefla. Kefla is probably the weakest out of all of them because it's like so easy to get through her. Topo can be annoying, that's the thing with him. Like he is raising attack and defense on super attack by 30%, which means that he's gonna hit you for like 3.1 million here on the super attack. He is also lowering your attack and defense with every turn passed up to 50%. 11% at first is not really too bad, but once these get stacking up, you are going to feel it on your units. You are gonna be hitting like your Tech Gokus. Even after stacking, they might be hitting for like 9 million or something like that, which can be annoying, but it's definitely not the worst thing ever because these don't work on stacked attack and defense, right? I don't think these work on stacked attack and defense. It's only start of turn. It's only like the base attack and defense that these work on, so it's not gonna be the worst thing ever. Like, you're gonna be fine. Then you go to physical Topo here. I did go up against physical Topo a couple of times. He's not really that much special. He's got a lot of stats. He gets a lot of attack and defense. You just have to like try try to kill him as fast as you can, right? Like, he can get up to 100% attack for every Ki Blast super attack that you do to him. So, he can go up to like 4 million, and then another attack raise of 100%. He can go up to 5 million on his super attack. I didn't really have too many problems with this Toppo though, but I can definitely see him being a very, very annoying boss because he's got a lot of damage reduction. He can hit you for 5 million on supers, 3 million on normals. He's kind of a crazy boss. He is a crazy boss, alright? I just didn't really have too many problems with him. And then you go to this guy. I mean, I don't really... Look, Jiren is just... you remember Hit? Jiren is that, but even stronger. Like, way stronger right here. Yes, Hit is hitting you for like more, like 200k more on normals, and like a little more on the super attack. But the thing is, bro, Jiren gets 50% attack on super attack, bro. So his normals are hitting you for 1.5 million, and then you're getting hit for 3.5 million. Guaranteed crit. And not only on the super, the guaranteed crit is on the normals as well. Yeah, I mean, he's insane. He's crazy. The thing is, you can stun him though. Like, that's the main thing. All of these bosses, you can stun on their first phases. You can stun him, and you can kind of get rid of that crit problem. And you go to this phase, full power Jiren right here, who is hitting you for, I mean, you can already see 5.6 million, bro. 1.6 million on the normal, so thank God he doesn't raise attack on super attack, because oh my god. He does have a 15 cooldown though, which is, yeah, it's pretty good actually. Very good balancing here, because bro, imagine this guy like double supered or something. That would be insane. That would actually be crazy. Attack 11% with each turn passed, but he does lose attack with each attack received, right? And it's like up to 77%. They've kind of like gone canonical and thing, like going up against Universe 7, and that's you can lower his attack down to 77%. His first turn, I think his first and like second turn might be like the turns that you are really going to struggle with this guy because of the almost 6 million damage super attack. But after that, you attack him enough times, I don't think this guy's gonna be too much of a problem. But yeah, this tech Jiren, the main problem of this whole stage. Guaranteed crits. Turn 1, you go to this guy, turn 1, he can immediately super you, and if you don't have like Beast or 90% damage reduction tech Broly on that first super attack, then you're just dead, like you're cooked. So yeah, we're just gonna have that boy Jiren on the third spot right there, and who would have thought we're gonna go into another Jiren boss. I'm not really gonna talk about these three too much. These are like kind of just stages, kind of getting you ready for Jiren. You can see this right here, which is like Bergamo can get up to 1000% attack. That's never happening. Alright, that's because he gets 3% attack with each attack received. So you're gonna have to hit him, I don't even know, over 400 times. Like 400 times, I think, or something like that. Very close to like 400 times, like 300 and something times for this guy to actually reach 1000% attack. It's not too crazy. Like the HP is not too crazy as well. Like you've got Kale on 80 million, this guy's on 100 million. Kefla can be a problem. Kefla can be a problem. She raises attack and defense on super attack. She changes key spheres as well, which is very annoying. Very, very annoying thing to give a boss, the randomly change of all key spheres on the field. Very, very annoying. Then again, she's not really hitting you too hard on her super attack. She does get a 30% raise, but only 2.2 million. Not the craziest thing ever. Like not the craziest thing ever. These two phases right here are what make this fight so goddamn hard. You can see immediately here Locke's character switching on the int Jiren. So he locks character switching and has a damage threshold as well, which I don't remember what it is. It might be like, maybe like 5 million. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I don't really remember what the damage threshold is, because with the damage that units do at this point, you don't really see this too much unless you're doing normals to him, right? Like the normals are not gonna do damage to him. But the thing is with this Jiren, 350 million HP, hitting you for almost 4 million on his base stat, but then he gets a 50% attack raise on his super attack. So that's a 700k buff to his super attack damage, going up to 3.6 million right there. He's got 0 cooldown. He's got 0 cooldown. So he can super attack you like slot 3 on one turn, and then you immediately go to the other turn. He can super attack you slot 1 immediately. He doesn't care, bro. This guy is insanely strong. This 0 cooldown as well is gonna make it so he always super attacks you on the first slot as well, like almost always. Whoever gets locked slot 1 is getting super attacked. And the thing is, like, you spend like 8 turns going through these guys just to go to this guy, get locked slot 1, and die. It's annoying. And there's one more phase to this, right? You are kind of forced to use like Tech Vegeta or use one of your Gogeta Ushers and then lose a whole turn or just lose a whole fusion just to get through this guy's lock. Just for there to be another phase. Another phase to this. He disables dodge and he guaranteed crits on super attack. His super attack is an 80% raise, so that's 800k, so he's hitting you for 3 million damage guaranteed crit on his super attack while having 550 million HP, so it's gonna be very hard to get through this guy as a boss. This feels like a whole stage made for Tech UI, because you go to this guy right here with Tech UI, you use the domain, disable the disable dodge, then just absolutely destroy him with UI's counters, or just use Vegeta, right? Because Vegeta's counters as well are gonna be doing like 50 million to this guy. So Vegeta and Gogeta together are gonna be able to like very easily one-tap this boss, but that's the best units, and that's the 2 best units in the game. How do you do damage to this guy with 70% damage reduction, 550 million HP with just normal units? That is insane to me, and that's why he is so easily the 2nd hardest boss in this game. And who would have got it? It's another Jiren. I'm not gonna lie. It's another Jiren. It's another Jiren boss. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Well, what else do you want me to say? Okay, so as we did with the other one, these first few stages right here, they're not really like the craziest thing ever. Botamagera do lower defense, but they're only hitting you for 1.4 million. They do have a lot of damage reduction though, so you can kind of like slow it down here on this first phase and then just stack up a little bit, stack your attack, stack your defense and everything like that, and you're gonna be looking pretty good going into like the later stages of this. Ribrianne is not too crazy. She lowers defense by 20%, which is just, it's whatever. She does lower attack as well. Her super attack hitting for 1.6 million is not the craziest. Just like Kefla, I think Karo Pesra, like this is where you kind of start feeling it. You're like, oh, wait a minute, all right, we got something going on here, but it's not the craziest thing ever still. This guy for the first attack does get 300% attack, which is a 900k buff, I think. So he is only doing 1.7 million still on his super attack. He is sealing you though, which is always going to be very annoying, but that's mostly what this guy is doing. His first turn is going to be annoying, and after that, he's going to be very easy to take care of. 140 million HP, so you're kind of going to be here for a little bit, keep on stacking a little more, to then get yourself ready for this, because, we've got yet another locking phase, baby. Oh, yeah, you know how much we love these. This guy's locking switching 100%. He does have a 10 cooldown, though, to be fair. He doesn't have a 0 cooldown like the other Jiren. But he's hitting you for 4.6 million. He's hitting you for 4.6 million. And he gets extra attack with each unarmed super attack, bro. You can lower his defense. What does that even matter, man? Like, that's not the point. Who cares about defense? He has 73% damage reduction. He's hitting you on normals for 1.6 million. Bro, the super attack is insane. Like, you're going over 5 million on the super attack because of the attack raise on a lock phase. 5 million, man. And that's only counting this. Like, this guy with every melee, he gets up to 100%. Like, bro, fully built up. This Topo is hitting you for over, like, what, 6 million? 7 million? On his super, while locking you. And it's always gonna be like a slot 1 lock, because that's what these bosses do. They always lock you slot 1, bro. Every single time. You're off-road unit, you get locked slot 1 with them. You go through all of these just to go to this Topo, get locked slot 1, and die, man. Yeah, but whatever, bro, whatever. And then you've got Jiren. You get through Topo, oh. Would you look at that? Jiren, who has 75% damage reduction. He could hit you for 6 million. 6 million. Disables dodge as well, bro. And he's got a damage threshold. And he's sealing you. And his normals are hitting you for 2 million. 30% chance to super attack, bro. Every normal ass boss has a 19% chance to super, other than this Jiren who has a 0 cooldown and has a 70% chance, right? Everyone else is like a 15, 21%. This guy has 30% for a super that's doing almost 6 million damage. Yeah, I'm done. Yeah, you know what? Let's just get him up there. Yeah, that is, you've got 4 bald-headed ass. Like, look at how shiny all of their heads are, bro. As your top 4 hardest fights in the game. Like, you know, we've never been more cooked. We have never been more cooked, bro. One of them is a penis head as well. Like, look. And then you've got Vegeta, just looks like an odd one out here. Like, but that is the Dragon Ball Z edition. Well, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about this list on the comments down below, of course. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.